Okay, my ladies and gentlemen, you remember the doctor that they suspended, right? Well, Andre got an exclusive interview, and we're about to go over it. So check this out. Remember to hit that like button, share the live, follow me on Instagram, subscribe if you haven't already. Donate to Cash App, donate to the PayPal if you want to, support the platform in that manner. But liking the video and sharing the video and subscribing is more than enough support. The donations are just extra. So go ahead, share this with 20 people. Let's get it.
The Medical Council of Jamaica has suspended Dr. Roger Hunter from practicing medicine with immediate effect. The notice was published in today's Gleaner. The MCJ says the decision is in keeping with Section 11(1)(d) of the Medical Act. It reads that if any person registered under this act is found to be guilty of dishonesty, negligence, or incompetence in the performance of his function as a medical practitioner, or of conduct that is disgraceful in a professional respect, the council can take action.
So Jamaica, the Medical Council of Jamaica has decided to suspend Dr. Roger Hunter. I'm not going to be one of those established people who decides not to give Dr. Hunter a chance to speak. So let us welcome tonight, Jamaica, Dr. Hunter to PD TV News Jamaica. Good night, Dr. Hunter.
Good night, Sir Stephen. Thank you for the great work that you are doing and others for the people of Jamaica, the farmers, the people who are in upper class, the middle class, the lower class, who are completely oblivious to what is really going on. I can comfortably continue the conversation that you started before.
What conversation is that, Dr. Hunter?
I met Faye Hutchinson as a naive medical student in 1996. He was like a vulture, signing me up for Mutual Life Shelter Plus plan. Said Mutual Life had never lost in its 150 odd years. That lady,
the same
or female,
I was talking about,
Faye Hutchinson. Yes.
Ball out!
Producer,
that lady signed me up, and by the next year, Mutual Life was no more.
So she signed you up for insurance?
Yes, at Mutual Life. And within a year, my good luck, it disappeared the next year. Mutual Life, remember that company?
I don't know about Mutual Life. I'm just 33 years old.
You remember Barclays Bank?
Barclays Bank.
Yes. I met the last governor for Barclays Bank before it became NCB. I treated his daughter. Yes, I look young, but I'm not that young. And why I tend to do well in exams is because I have a good memory. I remember Faye Hutchinson to this day. She asked me to join Olinton Cash Blunt. I said, no way. Yes, man, you must join, man. Said, no, I'm not doing it. And see that? Cash Blunt and Olint crash. Mutual Life crash. Cash Plus crash. Olint crash. Mutual Life crash.
Mighty God!
You don't know Faye Hutchinson. You don't know that woman. In fact, she was vehemently against Andrew Holness being the leader of the party.
Yes, she was one of those who was
1000% against Andrew Holness. She was a Bruce Bolin backup. But Bruce couldn't take the pressure. Siaga did warn us from 20 years before that him not have the stomach freak.
Mighty God.
But come now. Come, let us come a little closer.
Yes, Dr. Hunter.
Brian Reed called me up. Said, Dr. Hunter, I have a proposition for you. I want you to come over to First rock with me.
Who said this to you?
Ryan Reed.
Oh, he called you personally?
So Ryan, you're my friend. But me not know him background like the other caller. I said, okay, but give me the other name. When him give me the other name, I could have dropped in the ground. Dr. Michael Banbury.
Oh!
Dr. Michael Banbury.
Out! Whoa!
Producer.
I could not believe it. Before he touts himself as an influencer. The only influence I know about that man is that him can hold Frenchman party. That man came to Medical Associates without one single share.
Yes.
And inveigled himself, wiggle, until he pushed out the quarries who were turning the hospital around. Yes, some money was leaking. Yes, Michael Lee Chin had money in it. But Michael Banbury, that name Jamaica must never forget. Dr. Michael Banbury. When Ryan Reed told me about Dr. Michael Banbury, medical doctor, I said not in a trillion years.
Yes.
I don't know how you define fraud, but all I say, not in a trillion years. Will I go near that man?
Yes.
The man is not resident trained. He's not a specialist in internal medicine. He has not gone through any residency training.
What?
And he puts his name on the rota as if he is an internist.
No.
Mighty God. I could not believe it. And he's still doing it. He is not a specialist. Do you understand me? What is he doing in First Rock? Where is his degree in finance? Economics? Where is his MBA? I say, you know what? Just make good with Marky G. Just leave me. I will stay with Marky G.
You will stay
I will stay with the Campionites.
Oh, you will
He will stay with the Campionites.
Oh, so you told them then you will stay with Proven.
Correct.
Oh.
We will stay with the Campionites. Rule, Campion rule. And the JC man, Chris Willie. Because once the name Michael Banbury is mentioned, there is no way in a trillion years. Let me tell you, I was in London because I traveled the world. I was in Florida the other day consulting on a patient. I was in London doing some business, right? They called me from America to say that Michael Banbury had a patient of their mother, their father, for 2 months parked in this rehab facility. No improvement.
2 months.
Zero improvement for 2 months. And it's not cheap. I won't call the name of the company, but people know. They owe the government money and I don't think they can pay it. Right at St. Joseph Hospital. I walked through St. Joseph Hospital on Monday. My tears come to my eyes to see what them go with the good hospital. 3 nuns from New York came and built St. Joseph's, the oldest independent hospital in Jamaica, 108 years old. 3 nuns, Dominican or Franciscan.
And what happened now with the St. Joseph Hospital?
Ball out! Whoa! We need help, Jesus!
3 nuns, Dominican or Franciscan.
And what happened now with the St. Joseph Hospital?
It locked with nothing happening. It's just a Cuban taking out cataract. I did the first axiom guided
Yes.
back to field shunt in Jamaica. at St. Joseph's Hospital. The first on a child from St. Catherine High School,
That's my
the
alma
Prime
mater.
Minister's alma mater.
Wow.
The first. The fellow was at KPH for a year. He repeated first form 3 times at St. Catherine High School. This is what KPH treated the man had an infected shunt. I had to take out the shunt, put another shunt because the ventricles are tiny. So you have to use precision guidance like these little stealth to put that in. And the foreign insurance congratulated me
Yes.
for doing first world medicine at St. Joseph's. But back to Michael Bambry.
Mm-hmm.
Of this man, them a treat a stroke. The man did not have a stroke. What he had was a mixed autoimmune condition.
Wow.
And I did simple tests, repeated tests on him,
Yes.
and sent it to Chantilly Labs in America.
Mm-hmm.
Not the labs out here. They can't do that type of test. And it came back positive
Mm-hmm.
in the CSF, the brain, and in the blood, which shows that it was from his body that was poisoning his brain. And so I asked a rheumatologist, and she said she's not coming down there. Well, I said, okay, fine. Remember, I got honors in medicine. I'm not sure if she did. I got the Allenbury Prize in medicine. I'm not sure if she did. I got the Glasgow Clinical Medicine Prize. I don't know if she did. I got the David Gunberg Prize in anatomy. I don't know if she did. I got her honors degree in medicine. I don't know if she did. I just make sure, just like in COVID, when I just go back to my original training,
Mm-hmm.
because me study my book, Andre. The Prime Minister, when he was a leader in opposition, said he is hell come down. He's determined
Mm-hmm.
to make sure meritocracy is the leading principle in Jamaica. Meritocracy. That was the leader of the opposition speaking 15 years ago.
Wow.
So when I stepped in, this man was the driver. I think I can mention it. For Carl Hendrickson
Yes.
of National Bakery. So after I do my thing with him,
Mm-hmm.
the man suddenly start walk.
Yes.
One of the doctors who kind of babysit Dr. Bambry, because he's not properly trained. Him don't have no bona fides to say he went through residency, because he did not. Say, me go on like this and me go on like that.
Mm-hmm.
And how comes the CSF protein is negative, but she don't understand the oligoclonal bands. She don't understand what is oligoclonal bands.
Mm.
She has no understanding of diagnosing multiple sclerosis that you cannot do it in Jamaica. You have to send it specimen and you have to send it quickly to America.
Man, I ain't even gonna cap. I don't know what he's talking about. I gotta look that up. Play that back. I don't know what that is, man. They in the job, so they should.
Embarrassing.
He needs some milk.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
He has no understanding of diagnosing multiple sclerosis that you cannot do it in Jamaica. You have to send the specimen and you have to send it quickly to America. You can't do it on a Saturday. You have to do it like on a Monday.
Mm-hmm.
FedEx it on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Reach so you get an accurate answer.
Mm.
He had positive oligoclonal bands in his brain and in his blood. And we were able to prove that he had mixed connective disease, an autoimmune condition. And we were able to fix him by giving him some very interesting medication. And he started to walk and eat again. He said, guess what? You know, so me I swallow again.
Mm.
My God.
So let us.
Mr. Robert I swallow again. Listen, Michael Bambry, influencer, thought leader. This is how he sells himself.
Mm.
Understand the first rock problem. Understand the problem with first rock.
Oh, I see where you're getting at.
Influencer. thought leader. Where he get it from? Frankfurt? London? New York?
You tell me, Doc.
Tell me, Andre. You tell me.
I don't know. It's your colleague, them.
Them kick him off the board of not of medical associates. They kick him. You know when he kick a football?
Mm-hmm.
My student, who is a Rhodes Scholar, is the substantive controller of medical associates. I lectured to him at UWI. And I lectured
funny.
4 at medical associate.
Funny.
Influencer. Thought leader. Where he get it from? Frankfurt? London? New York?
You tell me, Doc.
Tell me, Andre. You tell me.
I don't know. It's your colleague, them.
Them kick him off the board of not of medical associates. They kick him. You know when he kick a football?
Mm-hmm.
My student, who is a Rhodes Scholar, is the substantive controller of medical associates. I lectured to him at UWI. And I lectured 4 years at UWI. And all now Denzel Williams, Minerva Thame, can't tell me what happened to my job. All now, 100 times I went up there. Hillary Beckles can't tell me what happened to my job. Peter Glegg can't tell me what happened to my job.
So that you were taken away from teaching at the University of the West
I
Indies?
was a lecturer at UE and I helped to produce 2 Rhodes Scholar. David Walcott, who is a substantive owner of Novamed and an owner of Medical Associates in the primary. He is the boss.
What did you say?
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Hillary Beckles can't tell me what happened to my job. Peter Glegg can't tell me what happened to my job.
So that you were taken away from teaching at the University of the West
I
Indies?
was a lecturer at UE and I helped to produce 2 Rhodes Scholar. David Walcott, who is a substantive owner of Novamed and an owner of Medical Associates in the primary. He is the boss. The boss, the owner, and him tell Michael Bambry to lift up. To lift up. Go do something else. But you can't, Tanya. You can't see upon the board.
So where did this? So with all of this said now, Doctor,
Emotional damage.
These frauds,
oh,
they present themselves for something they are not. And they trick the upper class, the middle class, the lower class. They have no love for the people. They have no love for the upper class. They have no love for the middle class. They have no love for the working class. They only love themselves.
mighty.
They are wicked. They are wicked. Michael Bambry, not residential. You know how hard it is to train in a residency? 3 o'clock in the morning, the patient will nudge me. Doc, wake up, doc, wake up, doc. When you drop asleep and you see the patient at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, you want to see sleep and you can't come. Then you have to work. You know how hard it is with the residency? Residency is that specialist training, specialization.
Yes.
Where is Michael Bambry's specialization? Where is his certification? Where is it? Where is his FRCP? Where is his certificate of completion of internal medicine? Where is his subspecialization in rheumatology? Where is it? Okay, fine. You don't have an international one. Where is your DM in internal medicine? Where is it? But I can tell you something though.
What you
From
can do?
Frenchman's party, you will find him. You will find him.
I will
And
find
talk about thought influencer. He's an influencer. A thought influencer. If the people back their money, they don't love the upper class, they don't love the middle class, they don't love the lower class.
So
They
let
have no love for the people.
Let us go at what is happening to you right now at the Medical Council of Jamaica. Doctor, they're saying that you are suspended. Can you give greater context as to what is happening?
Understand that I have taken unto myself the advice that I have been given.
Yes.
Get a counsel.
Yes.
But I will just say this. The Magna Carta is 800 years old.
The Magna Carta.
They found the Magna Carta, 800 years old. The chairman of the Medical Council did not know what was the Magna Carta. That's Milton Hardy. He didn't know.
The man who
You
suspended
asked him for a copy of it wasn't a hearing, but a sitting, because none of the lawyers turned up, so he couldn't go through. He was 25 minutes late, and he was clueless what the Magna Carta was.
No, sir.
800 years old, and the chairman of the Medical Council does not know what the Magna Carta was. Ask them for a video copy of that Zoom.
What is the Magna Carta? I'm just asking. I don't know either. Let me know if y'all know.
Mr. Virgo, trade unionist. Gloria Langren. Ask them for demand a copy. Dean Williams Johnson, demand a copy.
So the Medical Council met and none of these things proceeded the correct way?
Absolutely not. I have seen them only once. Listen, I don't want to get too far into it. I have found myself at the police station quite a lot these days.
Why you end up
Quite a lot.
Why you end up at the police station, Dr. Hunter?
There is no Jamaica. Listen to this.
Yes.
There is no statute of limitation on crime.
No statute on limitation on crime.
On crime.
On crime.
So if I can prove that Tom thieved the goat 50 years ago, and Tom still alive, and me still alive, a court where I go 50 years later. So somebody believed that they better than anybody, and they brag about it. That they're not afraid of nobody. But when when the police asked me for go for him I run like a rat. Them stopping at UTEC, and them never recognize who the rat was.
So who is this rat?
Me not say.
You're not calling the rat's name today?
It's sub judice.
Oh.
All I say, it's a metaphor.
I'm listening. Doc.
So First Rock was based on fraud. Medical Associates Board was based on fraud. Michael Leachin have $1 million him can't get back because of fraud.
Wow.
These are thought leaders, my friend. Influencers. They have no love for the people. They have no love for the upper class. They have no love for the middle class. They have no love for the lower class. They don't have no love for the unborn baby. They no love nobody but themselves.
So, with that said, Dr. Hunter, what is
tired? I go to the police station and say, you again?
So what?
Yes, me say me again. My forefathers fight for the right to get justice done.
So what you went to the police station for? What is happening?
Report criminals.
So what have they done to you, Dr. Bruce?
You see, it's the name. You see, and me call the name, you know.
What have they done, Dr. Hunter?
And me call the name.
Ball out! Whoa! Yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief.
Hey, did y'all catch that?
The murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out. From Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody.
So listen to me now.
Yes.
Patrick Hilton,
Mm-hmm.
4 Parts Primary School.
Yes.
That's where I'm go. I don't know if it's Glenmuir or Clarendon College.
Mm-hmm.
But I am pretty sure he did not work in Frankfurt. I'm pretty sure he did not work in London. And I'm pretty sure he did not work in New York. These centers of financial excellence
Mm-hmm.
and best practice. Me tell the man about 10 times. Do not take your workers to the court. Do not take your workers and force them to take the poison. Do not force the vaccine where you don't know nothing about on them.
Mm-hmm.
Pay the investors their money.
Help. We key out of the letter right.
The vaccine where you don't know nothing about on them.
Mm-hmm.
Pay the investors their money. Because we depend on it like a little salary every 3 months.
Okay.
You follow me?
Yes, I'm
Pensioners, people who don't have a regular income like myself, you depend on your investment to be safe. Every 4 years, them not pay dividend.
This is NCB.
NCB. Tony Bradley must be turning. I don't know if he's still alive, but if he's still alive, he will get a heart attack. But anyhow, Tony Bradley has died because his daughter Susan Bradley Ince died. He will be turning in his grave.
Mighty God.
Tony Bradley was the last British manager of Barclays Bank in Jamaica. I treated his daughter, Susan Bradley Ince.
But for
They, for 4 years, listen to the foolishness. Me tell them, the dunces people in my class, them at the bottom of the, I know everybody who go campaign bright, you know.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
Remember, you know, them have some spaces at Campion. The Prime Minister gets the first pick into Campion. Then the Minister of Education. Then the diocese. Them have a pecking order as to who got Campion. So I know everybody bright.
Wow.
So there's a fellow named Andrew Manning who tell Jamaica, you have to be careful. And when the vaccine is here, we should take any vaccine as the right vaccine. And what you have to do, stay inside. I could not believe this is my classmate who never get honors in pathology, virology, nothing like that. He never come in the top 5 of the class. He don't know what that means. He does not know what the top 5 of the class of 1996 means. He don't know it because he never did it.
Wow.
Andrew Manning telling Andrew Holness what to do. I could not believe it. The least academically accomplished telling the Prime Minister what to do. I could not believe it. Where, Andre, tell me something. Where is the new norm? Where it gone?
Where is what?
The new norm.
The new norm?
Yeah.
Social distance.
The new norm. Vaccine every 3 months. Glass, hand sanitizer, social distance. Where is the new norm? It's when you listen to Don's people. That's what you get. He line up the Catholic Church. He line up the Anglican Church. He line up the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And he line up one other church with him. He said, take the vaccine. I warn you once, I warn you twice, and then you take what you get. Child labor right, remember that?
Oh.
Child labor right. And then change the party. Remember?
I'm
And
following.
Jamaica now is in a whole an economic hole.
What is that?
Whereas Dominican Republic had 5 million visitors. Jamaica used to have 4. Follow me, 4. Well, one behind them. Dominican Republic has now 10.5 million visitors. It is easier for you to take a plane, go to Punta Cana, and have a reasonably affordable holiday than
Yes.
try find your place at a Rio in St. Anne. 10.5 million visitors in Dominican Republic. You know what that means? The greatest economic growth in 30 years. No, they call me mad. They call me crazy. Where Andre is the new norm. Where's the new norm?
But
Can you find it for me?
let us hold back a second, right?
We want a national inquiry into the country's response to COVID because it hurt 200,000 children year by year by year. They are lost and forever.
Yeah.
Their earnings is written in stone.
So you're
Hard
saying,
rock.
so you're saying that Jamaica needs to do an inquiry into.
So learn to not make the same mistake again. You don't want to be fully dunce.
I see where you're going, but that.
Yo, Andre look like he don't want to do. Andre look like he don't want no parts of this conversation. Hey, Andre, I'm sorry, bro. I just gotta tell the truth, man. Hey, I love this doctor right here. Hey, where's the new norm? Where is it? y'all still ain't caught that yet?
That is funny, honey.
Yo,
That's funny. Oh my God, that is funny.
I want y'all to think about that for like a good 10 minutes. Where's the new norm, y'all? What happened to it? Somebody else. What do you do? It disappear? yo, man, they really tricked us, yo. And it's not even funny, but man, if y'all live through that craziness, man, thank God you made it to the other side, all right? Let's not let them do that to us again. I'm just saying. Yeah, let's go.
We should have been having 9 million visitors in Jamaica now.
I see where you're going, but that.
Fixing up the hospital. Every hospital should have a CT scan. Public or private, it don't matter. Every single hospital should have a CT scan. Ultrasound. Port Maria, Anata Bay, Alexandria Hospital,
So why we don't have those?
Lionel Town.
Why we don't have the CT scans machines and the MRIs? What is happening?
I can only call it corruption. It must be corruption. I think you need to interview Dunstan Brand to explain how him spend the money under the Emergency Authorization Act, where you don't have to do procurement.
You're talking about.
Where is Dunstan Brand? And
Where-
why is the town clerk a permanent secretary? Why is the town clerk a permanent secretary? The man who clamped your car on my car.
Turn a permanent secretary.
How comes? Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. He is not the picture of health.
But
He cannot be the image for health. He cannot represent health.
yes.
The WHO just said it last year that obesity and cigarette smoking are equal in their ability to cause you to die. 80% die prematurely.
So you're saying the face, the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Health right now, is not.
He needs to become metabolically healthy
Oh.
because his BMI is not what it's supposed to be. But he is there, I suppose, post retirement just to occupy until such and such time.
I don't know who that is, but yeah, we all need to get our stuff together, man. Health is wealth. Let's go.
But the real connection is the person's name that you called, who failed so many subjects, who attacked so many people, so many members of staff. From November, I wrote to the medical council about him.
Yes.
Up till now, the medical council has not had a hearing about him. Up till now.
But the medical council suspended you, so you see this as...
Without me know, I don't know. There was no Magna Carta.
So you don't know on what basis you were suspended?
No.
So no due process was followed? Nobody in a court?
No. No.
Wow.
The Magna Carta from 800 years ago was not I carry my son to show him in Cambridge Library. The Magna Carta. So they find a copy in the United States there recently. The Magna Carta.
Wow.
It means that I can't just get upset. Andre do it. And that's it. Andre don't even have a chance to respond. Then chop off Andre's head. Guillotine. That's how things used to be before the Magna Carta.
So what is the Magna Carta? Let me explain.
It's basically a simple document that says you have the right to face your accuser.
Yes.
And put another way, no decision about me without me.
So, but they're saying that you acted in such a way that is unbecoming of your profession.
Nobody's hated more than the one who tells the truth.
Oh, so you're
hated. The gunman kills 1,400 people. The health system kills 15,000 people prematurely every single year.
Wow.
You think about it. You think about who are most people going into that grave. It's not the gunman. Don't blame the gunman. The gunman is not in the top 5.
Persons with diabetes, persons with cancer, persons with
deplorable health care. Deplorable health care. I saw a lady, she came to me for help. 24 years on a waiting list. How can somebody be 24 years on a waiting list?
Wow.
And the medical council have time for me? They have energy for me?
So you believe that you're...
Same way I heard rumors in COVID, you know. What they're going to do about Hunter. When me I tell the people the truth, I tell Michael Sharp that the vaccine can't work. It won't work, can't work. Because the virus always mutate, always mutate. It's shocked to see the man go take the vaccine.
So let us work with the...
I text Michael, me here say he dead. Say, no man, me not dead. The next week him dead.
Wow.
Because he treated late. It was isolate and wait. Remember, isolate and wait. That's what kills you. The waiting part. You don't wait, you treat immediately. And that's why
damn it.
this time, this flu, it was isolate and wait. Remember, isolate and wait. That's what kills you. The waiting part. You don't wait, you treat immediately. And that's why this time, this flu that just passed us, hardly anybody dead. Because the doctors were not, when I say the doctors, you know, I'm not talking about government administrated health. I'm talking about your good friend, your GP, the great Dr. Lloyd Brooks, the great Dr. Michael James, the great Dr. Leroy Heyman, the great Dr. Garfield Chapman, the great bastions of primary care. They know themselves. Dane Levy, they know themselves. Dr. Wynn, they know themselves. Dr. Jones.
So the doctors...
If them go on strike, we're dead. We're dead. If the primary care doctors go on strike, which is what happened in COVID, we're dead. They finally started to listen to me and started to treat early. And that was the end of it. Prime Minister say, warn you once, warn you twice. Vaccine come from God, take where you get. Boom, the doctors treat the patients early. Antibiotics, ivermectin, blood thinners, blah, blah, blah. Easy as 1, 2, 3. I don't even need to see you to treat you. By the way, I can treat.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, this is coming from a medical professional. So you two, you already know. I'm just here reacting. Y'all got any issues, you know what I'm saying? We know much of it. Shh. I ain't co-signing nothing. This is just a very interesting conversation.
Online. I can treat. Baba, easy as 1, 2, 3. I don't even need to see you to treat you. By the way, I can treat online. I can treat totally online.
So
Completely online. I don't need to see you to treat you for some conditions.
for some
And
condition.
an upper respiratory tract infection is the easiest one. Virtual. I can treat you in England. I can treat you in Cayman. I can treat you in London. I can treat you in New York. These are all that I've done. I just come back from Florida. I just come back from Harvard, telling them about treating surgery at home.
So question.
I just came back from Liverpool, surgery at home. I'm an international neurosurgeon with bona fides.
So you're not limited to Jamaica.
I am not going to comment on that. I'm going to let your wisdom. You are very smart. You are very brilliant. I'm going to make the judge come to the conclusion.
But I'm not going to be the judge tonight. I think I want to be a juror. What is the state
Almighty God.
What is the state of neurology in Jamaica?
It is absolutely disaster. What happened to neurology, not neurosurgery, neurology, is that the MRI became available. So once you have your MRI, you don't need a neurologist. In a sense, you can diagnose it yourself. So your question that you really meant to ask, what's the state of neurosurgery in Jamaica? Well, it's horrible. It's deplorable. It is beyond words. How can you have somebody without any neurosurgical bona fides? Not one. Not one. And University of the West Indies advertised DM neurosurgery. He didn't pass it. He didn't sit it. Ronnie Twittering advertised DM neurosurgery. He never sat it. He don't have the FRCS neurosurgery. He doesn't have the European boards of neurosurgery. Okay. So why not go to America then? You are trained in Toronto, get your honors degree in Toronto. Why didn't stay in Toronto like Dr. Laramo, your boss, and become a neurosurgeon? What's your excuse for having no neurosurgical qualification? It is fraud to put yourself as a neurosurgeon and you have no neurosurgery qualification. This is not the 1950s. This is not 70s. This is 1989. You have to come with your papers.
So
his own classmate, Beth Elizabeth Donaldson Hugh, the daughter of Enid Donaldson, who wrote the book The Real Taste of Jamaica. Them discriminate against her like, mighty God, them wicked to her. But the more them wicked to her, is the more she survived. The more she stood up.
Yes.
And Elizabeth Donaldson Hugh paid her dues. She got the final fellowship in neurosurgery. She got her certificate of completion of surgical training. And she's a consultant at the Royal Preston Hospital in Lancashire, where Percy Hamilton was trained. Now that name is important because I taught Percy Hamilton when I lectured for 4 years at University of the West Indies. University of the West Indies has to explain, where is my job? They have to explain. You can't just take with Andre a job, so after 4 years of continuous working.
Yes.
You can't do that. You can't do it if it's less than a year. But if it's 4 years, you can't do that. So they were very much inside the court. A 5 lawyer walk behind. So and so. When they got to court, a 5 lawyer, including Donovan Williams.
Wow.
stuck behind Tom Tavares Finkel, a 5 lawyer, so and so. When him got to court, a 5 lawyer, including Donovan Williams,
Wow.
stuck behind Tom Tavares Finkel, who in COVID was my friend, my bosom friend.
Oh, all of these persons you sat in court with.
Tom Tavares Finkel came to, he's on my early home with COVID treatment conference. He came and spoke. He said he would never go to a certain hospital. He would never do it. So I was shocked when certain people turn up with Tom as,
Yes.
he called the person Mr. But when I said, I'm Mr. Hunter, not Dr. Hunter, said, oh, you're not a doctor again? And then later on in the day, he has a voice note, Dr. Hunter cannot practice medicine. Full stop. Just think about that statement. When we're a global world, I see people in Australia, I see people in Europe, I see people, they don't understand the power of knowledge. People seek out knowledge. If I want to go to the Emirates, I can go. There's somebody on the board that man who used to work at the Emirates. He never called his name. I won't.
So
he hired the Jamaican pilots. He had to leave.
Are you frustrated with what has happened to you over the years in Jamaica?
Not at all. I'm frustrated with what happened to the Jamaican people.
Oh.
The wickedness. You have 2 Guyanese. One named Crandon, one named Cheeks. They hate each other like poison.
Crandon.
One goes on leave. Cheeks. One goes off on leave. Leaving the other one. And if the other one knows that Andre is Crandon's patient, Cheeks would not even look for you.
Wow.
Until Crandon come back. If Crandon is here and Cheeks go on leave, Crandon would not even piss on you until Cheeks come back. The Jamaicans suffered from the 1990s all the way up to the mid-2000s. We suffered under them. Guyanese come to Jamaica without final neurosurgical qualifications in neurosurgery, as I know, as regards to Ivor Crandon.
Mighty.
No neurosurgery bona fides. None. I reported to the police because it is fraud. It is fraud.
And nothing came out.
I want the Attorney General to examine the purchase of the brain lab. And if a commission was paid for a certain person, when John and Jenny Greaves donated $500,000 to a brain lab imaging guidance system from Germany, because it was a surprise to all of us.
What? Wait, what is going on, bro? Yo, this is too much, man. Wait a minute.
I reported to the police because it is fraud. It is fraud.
And nothing came out.
I want the Attorney General to examine the purchase of the brain lab. And if a commission was paid for a certain person, when John and Jenny Greaves donated $500,000 to a brain lab imaging guidance system from Germany, because it was a surprise to all of us, because Medtronic was a good company to us. Medtronic looked after all our residents. In fact, Medtronic gave me a $30,000 drill.
Medtronic gave you a $30,000 drill?
Yes. So in 2001.
So question.
For free.
So this drill.
I was a double president of the surgery residence group.
So this.
After I turned on Colombia. So I went and begged, and they gave me money. Hardman gave me money, US dollars. When I say money, tangibles. So that drill, when I left to England, I was shocked to hear that a certain neurosurgeon without bona fides took my drill from the lab, from the cadaveric lab, which is the dead body lab, where we practice on dead bodies. They used on real people.
Wow.
In the operating theaters.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
What can go so? What did you say? Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Man, listen, bro. Yo, my head is hurting right now, man. What? Yo, are y'all following this? Cause yo, this is a lot, man. I ain't even gonna cap. What the hell is going? What is this? What is this?
So the drill that you use on dead bodies, you take it away from me, and you're using it inside the operating theaters of University Hospital on the rich and the poor. They don't love the rich, they don't love the middle class, and they don't love the poor.
So, Dr. Hunter, you have been seeing the controversy around the drill that the government of Jamaica bought.
There is no way in God's green earth that drill costs $31 million.
What?
Could never. Doctors are not involved in procurement. Doctors just say, Andre, I want that mic. Please go and get it for us. Then go to tender. They then go select them own a company. The tendering process is another is for another time.
So
but how can a $3 million drill end up at $31 million? I just come back from England. You don't have that. It's not that. They won't have it. They're not having it. They're not having it.
So you're saying that the place that
medical technology, the intermediate, just like how ATL is intermediate for BMW and Stewart's the intermediate for Range Rover, and well, Toyota Jamaica sells them own car. It's a one company that from start to finish, they market, they sell their own things. Toyota,
yes,
they don't let no middleman. But all other car companies go through a distributor. So medical technology. Trudy Ricketts told me that she is the niece of Cardroos. She told me that to my face.
Wait. Trudy Ricketts, the office manager.
Yeah, she's the niece of Cardroos. She told me that to my face.
That she's the niece of Cardroos.
Embarrassing.
Yes, to my face.
He needs some milk.
You see, I never once I knew medical technology was involved with Cardroos, I said, you know what? It's not medical technology. It's Medtronic I really want. So I just ignore medical technology, and it's really Medtronic I want. So the 92-year-old lady who I treated in Mandeville, Myrtle Gordon, first sister on Ward 9 from 1954 to 1974, who Brandon had done a laminectomy on at 83 years old, and 1 year later she had failed back, ear pain. The surgery failed. When she came back at 84, he told her she was too old for surgery. So she come to me at 92 and said, Dr. Hunter, I'm not living another day with this pain. So I got Medtronic, convinced them to allow us to use the sextant. And we used the sextant and did the percutaneous fusion, and it was carried on CVM TV. At 92 years old, she was walking 3 hours after surgery.
You did that?
Wow.
Yes, after 17 hours of surgery.
That's amazing.
She was walking 3 hours after surgery.
Wow.
Myrtle Gordon. She went to rest with her Lord on Christmas Day at 101 years old without any back pain.
Wow.
Carl Bruce is not trained in that. He's not trained in complex spinal surgery. He's not a complex spinal surgeon. It's the taxpayers of Jamaica who paid for Carl Bruce to go for 1 year and 10 months in Canada.
What?
The taxpayers of Jamaica paid for his training in Canada.
No.
Not him. The taxpayers. You and I pay for Carl Bruce to go to Canada and train.
So
because the Canadians were not going to pay him a salary.
So question, is Jamaica now getting value for money with him?
No. It's obvious. The question is obviously not. No. Who they're getting value from are the generation of who? The generations younger than him. They're a group of neurosurgeons I had trained in England who then trained, they're now consultants and they're now training them. So I trained them. They trained the neurosurgeons who now coming back to Jamaica, like Cressy Hamilton, like Peyton Lawrence. But I had trained their bosses.
So question, I heard in the voice note you were saying Jamaica must ask about the state of the Governor General. What is happening with the Governor General?
Yeah, talk about that.
I would like to know because he's very expensive. He has a very expensive, and we would like to know. Remember, he's a representative of the king.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just like when King Charles had, we asked what happened to our head of state. We want King Charles to be well.
Of course.
What happened to King Charles? And he said he was frustrated with his recovery. That was what King Charles said. But I know nothing about the recovery of the Governor General. But I would like to see him back on the job. That's all I want to know.
You got work to do.
Oh, you
Because if you do spinal surgery,
Mm-hmm.
you're supposed to know what you do.
Okay.
You're supposed to know who is unstable and who is not.
So who did the surgery?
Like I treated an unstable person recently.
So
Who
who
owed
did
me quite a bit of money, but the medical council chose to take action driven by a politician of old. So I'm heard, but I can't call names. So the police is to serve him as someone to come to court because he made a gun threat against me.
Oh,
But let's ignore that anyway. 'Cause,
so that is
You know.
where it is coming from.
Tom Tavares Finson,
Just open the
the
Facebook.
day Carl Bruce was arrested, said, I cannot practice medicine. Full stop. Can't practice in England, can't practice in America, can't practice in Cayman, can't practice in Trinidad, can't practice in Jamaica, can't practice in the UK, can't practice in Ireland, Scotland, Northern Ireland, can't practice in Europe.
So that's
And
why
at that time, the medical council had not acted. So what was he telling us? He was letting the cat out of the bag. That it was a premeditated decision. He had every sense of listen, I have some unique skills that no other neurosurgeon in Jamaica has.
What are those skills that?
By obtaining a fluoroscopic treatment of suicide disease, which is called trigeminal neuralgia. I treated a nurse.
Church or what? Come on, man. Yeah, listen, we ain't gonna understand none of this, but this is.
Wow.
I did the first Jamaica has.
What are those skills that?
By obtaining a fluoroscopic treatment of suicide disease, which is called trigeminal neuralgia. I treated a nurse consultant Roberts. It was carried history me.
Wow.
I did the first cervical arthroplasty, which is artificial joint in the neck, in 2013. It's still moving 11 years later. But others have now trained up. Carl Bruce had to go learn it. I did the first percutaneous screws.
Wow.
So you don't have to transfuse the patient, and the patient can get up and walk right away. I have a number of cases that other neurosurgeons had done old techniques on. And it's sad because when Bruce Golding had 2 failed back surgery, it is alleged that he went to Roger Clark and gave him access to this neurosurgeon in the United States. Bruce Golding paid $100,000 for his reparative surgery, the third one. He looks quite fine to me. And if you ask me, he really should be doing the work for the people. He should be doing some public work because he's collecting 2/3 of a prime minister's salary. He never drop it down to 1/3, Him put it to 2/3. I think him should be doing some work.
Okay.
Cause him don't look like him sick. In fact, looking at my eyes, me personally looking at Andrew Holness don't look as well as Bruce Golding.
Oh. Okay.
But I have a lot more skills
Very interesting observation.
that are unique. Very unique. If I want you to be trained in certain centers, all I have to do is just pick up the phone. So let it be said, so let it be done.
Oh.
I don't even have to go there.
That's power.
So we'll have.
But to say in 1989 that they didn't allow black people to have neurosurgery final examinations or exit certification, that's not true. Because you'd have a problem explaining Laramo was a black man. You'd have a problem explaining Jim Cross. You'd have a problem explaining Glenn Neil Dwyer, who is much older than them. You'd have a problem explaining John Gill. You'd have a problem explaining Boswell Roberts. You'd have a problem explaining George Locke, who is married to Daryl Vaz's ex-wife's mother. I don't know if George Locke is still alive. These guys had completion neurosurgical certification from the 60s, from the 70s, Ren Holness included. So what happened with neurosurgery is that you had some bad actors. So I brought it to the attention of the chairman of the medical council, Milton Hardy, that Franz Pencil, not for the first time, punched a patient and split his lip. It was personal to me because I was personally assaulted whilst I was doing my job and minding my own business.
So who assaulted you?
And I said, but this guy is metastasizing.
Mm-hmm. Who assaulted you?
He's metastasizing. The fellow who is metastasizing.
Oh.
The fellow who is connected with medical technology. The fellow who is shaking. He's shaking at Kingsley Chin's verdict. Ironically, on the 6th of August. Because Kingsley Chin, Spine Frontiers products were directly inside medical technology. I saw it with my own eyes.
What?
Spine Frontier had to give up half of their wealth back to the federal government. And Kingsley Chin pleaded guilty last week, Monday,
Oh, yeah, I heard about
to
that.
racketeering and scheming. Kingsley Chin with the billboard size photo of himself. Harvard trained, Yale trained, Embarrassing. Prove yourself, doctorpreneur.
Time come. Some are got charged for corruption. Oh yes.
Last week, Monday, to racketeering and scheming. Kingsley Chin with the billboard size photo of himself. Harvard trained, Yale trained, Hitchfield. Prove yourself, doctorpreneur. David Walcott, who owns Medical Associates, quickly disassociated himself from him. Quickly disassociate. So David Walker is smart, you see. He can quickly realize somebody who is not straight.
Not straight.
And Kingsley Chin is a good talker. But unfortunately, sadly, he and Carl Bruce done non-FDA approved procedures at the University Hospital of the West Indies under the command of Ivor Crandall. Non-FDA approved procedures. So when the pedicle screw was going inside the ear,
what can go so? What can go so?
approved procedures at the University Hospital of the West Indies under the command of Ivor Crandall. Non-FDA approved procedures. So when the pedicle screw was going inside the aorta, bad words and bad words to the anesthetist. Why you can't get the blood pressure up? Bad word to the anesthetist. At post-mortem, they found the screw inside the patient's aorta. The aorta is a big artery that leads from the heart and pumps blood all over your body. What? Listen, Andre, I can't make this up. I really can't make these things up. I'm not that good. And pumps blood all over your body. What? Listen, Andre, I can't make this up. I really can't make these things up. I'm not that good. I really can't make it up. Cannot make it up. Can't make it up. The man cussed bad word to the anesthetist. Dr. Bamidelli in Black River said, Carl, you can't be treating the nurses like this. An African had to come to Jamaica to tell Carl Bruce, you can't be treating the nurses like this.
So that is how him deal with the nurses in surgery?
Mighty God. Thank God there's not a statute of limitation on crime.
No, sir.
And not all had him on the board. A board led by Sterling Suarez, who was the same board chairman for the dead baby scandal.
Dead baby scandal?
2015, 2016. They're not babies in the real sense.
Drink some water.
So now we have another health minister causing a government to collapse.
No.
It's just worse. It's just that it's much, much worse.
It's worse now.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
It's not about me. It's about the residents, the citizens of Jamaica. Just remember that. So when you don't have any money, you must be able to safely go to a hospital and be treated with dignity.
Let us take a commercial break. I'm going to come back to Jamaica and make Dr. Hunter do the last.
I'm not gonna tell you no lie. This I gonna take me about 5 watch for process. What is going on in Jamaica, man? Who are these people? He's mentioning. I gotta go do some research. Oh my god, this is a lot. This is a lot, man. I gotta do a lot of research, bro. I gotta do a lot of research. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Whew, Lord of mercy. This is bigger than Bangang. This is like what? Like this is bigger than everything that's been going on in Jamaica. This what he's talking about? This whole thing he's talking about? Names he mentioned, like, bruh. The healthcare system, oh my god. Yeah. I'm gonna turn one of my channels into a fitness channel because, you know, being unhealthy in Jamaica is not a thing. It's definitely not a thing. Yeah, wow. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, bro. Wow.